Now, Prince Harry was a pauper underneath the princely trimmings. My family, I found an amazing review of Spare that even members of the squad on Twitter clearly love so much, my family. And I wanted to read you this review of Harry's memoir, Spare. Now, my family, kindly please hear this, my family. This review of Harry's memoir, Spare. And I quote, I read this and listened to the audiobook at the same time, which made for a more engaging experience. Prince Harry's voice came out very clear, even through the written words. Kudos to his ghostwriter, who captured the essence of his personality. I do not know much about Harry, as I do not follow the escapades of the royal family, but I have heard snippets of his naughty scrapes in his youth. Prior to reading this book, this memoir, Spare, to me, he was a privileged boy who does humanitarian work. How much and how involved, I had no idea. I must have had expectations because the book disarmed me. The first part was about his childhood, especially right after his mom died, and how Harry coped with the pain and trauma of it all. It brought me to tears, as Harry's suffering reminded me of my own son's behavior, who lost his father at 5 years old. The second part was about his adulthood, and Harry was very honest and raw about his weaknesses, his mistakes, the coping mechanisms he employed, and the salvation he found in the army. He was also very consistent with his loathing against the British media, his frustrations at not being able to fight back, or at least the way the institution, his family, and their minders prevented him. Here, Harry was a frustrated, traumatized young man, trying to find a way, any way, even temporary ones, to alleviate the pain and to survive the restricted life he was forced into as a royal, including being the target of vitriol based on lies. My family, I find it, very important to remind people that all the hate content outside there that anyone might even come across to or come across with, my family, is all based on lies. Lies that the firm and UK tabloids have been selling about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And my family is part of the threats that the carnival of so-called experts made when Harry and Meghan stepped down as senior members of the royal family. And my family, I'll share with you that part in Harry's memoir where he speaks about the threats coming from the UK tabloid media themselves, from Fleet Street. My family, as I continue with this review, please, here's what has been said. He debunked more than a few of the stories written about him in the British tabloids and confirmed a few basic truths. It was a really clever move, as the media can no longer use those to make up stories about him. The third part was about his meeting Meghan and their life together and what they went through. This was heart-wrenching. And my thought was, Meghan was his lifeline. The final rope that pulled him out of the golden quicksand he was neck deep in, and into the freedom that Harry now enjoys. My family, in the Oprah interview, we heard what both Harry and Meghan said. My family, they saved each other. And that is very true, my family. They saved each other. Both Harry and Meghan saved each other, my family. Now, as they continue, here's what the review also, spoke about. And I quote, so, Meghan was Harry's lifeline. The final rope that pulled him out of the golden quicksand he was neck deep in, and into the freedom that Harry now enjoys, at the expense of herself, her mental health, public image, and even her own freedom. You can feel, almost taste, how much Harry adored his wife and kids. Maybe it was my love for romance novels, but one could not help but root for them. Very, very true, my family. Very, very true. Their story is one of the most beautiful, torturous, and the sweetest that I've ever read. My family. And indeed, and no wonder I keep saying that, through good times and bad times, Harry and Meghan have stuck together. Through good times and bad times. No matter what has been thrown towards them, my family, that has not, destroyed the love that Harry and Meghan have had for each other. I also love that Harry and Meghan have stood up, fought for their love. And my family, their love story is truly, truly beautiful. My family. And also, it has been torturous because of the hounding, the abuse from the UK media. But despite it all, my family, Harry and Meghan are now living in, America. They're happy, they're thriving. Business is doing well, really, with their deals with Netflix and Spotify. And also Harry's work with Better Up. My family, I'm very happy for them. Very, very happy for them. Now, as I continue this review, my family, here's what was also said, my family, and I quote. The book, Spare, was also a study of human behavior, about how the royal family operates, why they behave as they do. King Charles could not help what he is because he was trained to be like that, to the detriment of his sons, especially his heir, William. Harry was the luckier one. And while there is glamour at being a royal, it's also very sad to be one. Harry and the other members of the family that were not heirs were like gold-plated, diamond-encrusted servants to the crown. It makes one think, why would one even want to be born into it? A person born into a non-royal but rich family is so much better off. Harry lacked love, freedom, and money. Yes, money. Despite the net worth of the estate of the royal family, Harry was very dependent on his father's handouts, as most of the royals are, including Charles' brothers and sisters. And that is how you control people. By controlling the purse strings, my family. And my family right now, the royal family have seen they can't use their purse strings anymore to control Prince Harry, because Harry and Meghan now make their own money, millions of dollars. My family, that's what Harry and Meghan make, millions and millions of dollars. And because of that, my family, you have the royal family using the government to tell Harry that if you want to come to the UK, first, you must give a 28-day notice of, you coming. That's how, the royal family asked the government to tell Prince Harry. Because my family, everything that happens, very well, it has to do with the royal family. The attacks against Harry and Meghan, the stripping of Harry and Meghan's security, it has to do with the royal family. Let no one ever tell you otherwise. My family. And I'm happy that Harry now is able to, earn his own money, his own living, and pay his own bills without having to call Charles and beg for money, like how the UK media wanted so badly. Even a carnival of so-called expert called Tina Brown said that Harry should rip out his contract with Netflix, and somehow Charles will provide for him. William will provide for him. They want him to go back to a place where they can control him. After all the abuse they inflicted on him, they still can't stand the fact that they lost Prince Harry. That Harry left, that Harry fled the UK with his wife and kids, because they always thought that only Meghan would leave, never Harry. With how they were abusing Meghan Markle, they really thought only Meghan would leave. Never did they think that Harry would go with her. And it was embarrassing for the royal family when they saw that Harry picked his wife. My family, they could not stand that, one bit. Harry is a real man, a real father, a good man, and a very good human being. My family. And my family, as I continue, my family, this review. So Harry was very dependent on his father's handouts, as most of the royals are, including Charles' brothers and sisters. And not because Harry was lazy, no, but because he was not permitted to have a career outside being a royal. His being a soldier was the only exception permitted or allowed, because it adds to the prestige of the royal family. King Charles was both Harry's father and also employer, and the man was not very good in either role. My family, everyone can see what we all see about King Charles. Charles is a failed father and also very much a failed employer. That's just who he is. A failed grandfather, failed father, failed employer. And my family, with all those failures, my family, I'm sure that Charles will also be failing as king. As a matter of fact, people already are booing him wherever Charles goes. Charles is being booed, because people can't stand he and Camilla being king and queen. And my family, I'm happy that Harry's Memoir has opened the eyes of so many people, my family, into who Charles truly is, into who William truly is. Someone who can control his own temper. Someone who's always depicted as being incandescent with rage by his friends, by the tabloids, by everyone. Even Harry calls William, describes him when he's angry as being piping hot. He can't control his temper. And my family, I'm happy that people are opening their eyes into just who, the people are that have caused Prince Harry so much pain in his life. from Charles to William to the UK media. My family, people are opening their eyes. Now, this review adds that Harry was a pauper underneath the princely trimmings, and Meghan was the warrior princess in a shining armor made of everything Harry did not have but needed. Wow, I love this. Meghan was educated, confident, and free, both financially, emotionally, and intellectually. And they bonded because they were made of the same empathetic heart. She came at the right time for Harry, when he was already restless and finding a reason to break away. Spare was beautifully written, and Harry, as the narrator for the audible copy of the book, was perfect. I highly recommend it. Indeed, me too, 100%. And this review was done by someone whose username is OzG. That's their username, apparently, my family. And this review of Spare is just so phenomenal, my family. My family, allow me to read you also this review of Spare by someone called Joanna Garvey about Harry's memoir Spare. Harry's Spare memoir is getting so much, amazing reviews, my family. Please kindly hear this, please, also. And I quote Joanna Garvey's review. Eating my words over here, I honestly did not expect to enjoy this book, let alone devour it in the way I did. Don't get me wrong, I find Prince Harry a bit cringe, and some bits are hard to read because they feel like parody, but you can't read this account and not feel deeply and immensely sorry for him and his wife. If nothing else, it hammers home how disgusting and abhorrent the UK press is, and the number of lives they have ruined and also taken. My family, Harry's memoir Spare is opening the eyes of people who have been even haters. Some of them, not all of them, some of them, who have also been haters, into seeing just what, Prince Harry and Meghan have been through. The pain, the suffering, the anguish, the bullying, the abuse, the racism that they have had to go through, that Meghan, even Archie, Lilibet have experienced, my family. People are opening, their eyes. And my family, that's why it was so important for Harry to tell his own story in his own words. My family, don't forget that lives have been lost. And Harry spoke of the lives lost from his own mom, Diana, to Caroline Flack in his memoir. My family, it was painful. Very, very painful what even happened to Caroline Flack, my family. And my family, just to share with you what happened, I want to read a part, in Harry's memoir, where he talks about what happened to Caroline Flack. And this is just so painful, my family. And they quote Harry's words. I scrambled to find new security. I spoke to consultants, gathered estimates. I filled a notebook with research. The palace directed me to a farm which quoted me a price, 6 million a year. The palace knew Harry could not afford paying that every year. However, they sent him to a farm that they knew, my family, if Harry did pay that money, Harry would end up broke. And that's what they wanted. So Harry can come back begging Charles for money. As they continue, I slowly hung up, Harry says. In the midst of all this darkness came the horrible news that my old friend, Caroline Flack, had taken her life. She could not stand it anymore, apparently. The relentless abuse at the hands of the press year after year had finally broken her. I felt so awful for her family. I remembered how they'd all suffered for her mortal sin of going out with me. She'd been so light and funny that night we met. The definition of carefree. It would have been impossible then to imagine this outcome. I told myself it was an important reminder that I was not being overdramatic. I was not warning about things that would never happen. What Meg and I were dealing with was indeed a question of life and death, and time was running out. My family, straight from Prince Harry's memoir, lives have been lost, and people are opening their eyes at the pain that Prince Harry has had to go through, has had to endure. And my family, it has been horrible. No one should ever have to experience what Harry and even Meghan have had to experience and endure all of this time. Nobody deserves this. Diana did not deserve what happened to her. Caroline Flack did not deserve what happened to her. And something, my family, must be done about the UK media. Something must seriously be done about them, my family. Something has to be done about the UK media and the pain that they cause others, my family. And my family, I want to continue reading this, review of Harry's memoir spare. Here's what Joanna also said, my family. The racism, misogyny, and utter witch hunt Meghan Markle was put through is just insane. For those condemning Harry and Meghan for going public, I wonder if they'll be able to sit silent. My family, I can tell you this for sure. The people who abuse Harry and Meghan will never be able to handle a fraction of what they throw at Harry and Meghan. Take Piers Morgan, for instance, my family, when confronted by Alex Beresford on Good Morning Britain about his obsession that he's had on Meghan Markle. What happened? Piers Morgan walked out. Take Robert Jobson. After being confronted about the racist threat that he made towards Archie, the threat he made on Archie's life, a baby's life, what did he do? He turned off his Twitter. He deactivated his Twitter account. That's what he did. My family, the people abusing Harry and Meghan will never handle that which they dish out to Harry and Meghan, and that is a fact. Never. And my family, as they continue, what Joanna said, if you believe Harry and his account, then every word published about him and his wife has been curated purposefully to take attention away from other members of the royal family. And no wonder the royal family keep on leaking about Harry and Meghan, against Harry and Meghan, negative stories. So the attention is deflected to them. Whatever evil or illegal actions, conduct the royal family are engaging in, that the tabloids don't cover that. They focus on, trashing or attacking Harry and Meghan, my family. And for a long time, Harry has been used as a scapegoat by Charles, Camilla, and even Prince William and Kate Middleton. But when the royal family thought that they could use Meghan as their scapegoat also, my family, they were wrong. Harry defended his wife Meghan Markle from their abuses and from their slander. My family, as they continue, Joanna also said this, my family, and I quote, "Lies, fabrications, and slander spread for the world to see. I think if it was me, I'd want to have my chance to speak my version of the truth. Good for them for moving away and getting away from the toxic ties between the royal family and the press. Those trashing Harry for turning his back on his family, it sounds like they turned their back on him to protect themselves, the monarchy, which is something that is hugely outdated and unfit for purpose in modern society, my family." And also, when they say that they turned on Harry to protect the monarchy, what does that mean, really? I'd say protect themselves, because my family, the tabloids, have that on William, on Charles. And Charles and William leak stories to the press about Harry and Meghan to cover for themselves, protect themselves, my family. And so my family, the best thing to say is that my family, they turned their back on Harry and Meghan to protect themselves. That's what William and Charles did. My family, that's the best thing to say. Say their names. It's important to do that, my family. And my family, as I continue this review, my family, it says, and I quote, "I actually admire Harry for putting his wife and his new family first and prioritizing their well-being. Generally, a really interesting read. I am not a royalist, nor am I a Harry and Meghan fan, but I can say with confidence that I think he's done what's right for him and his family. And Harry is only human. I don't think I could sit silent while the world believed betrayal and lies about me," Joanna Garvey said in her review about Harry's memoir, Spare. My family, these reviews are just, very true for the most part of this review. And Harry's family is his wife and kids. That's who Harry owes loyalty to. His family, his wife, his kids, my family. And the other ones, his extended family, William, Charles, already betrayed him. That's what they did. They handed Harry over to the UK media to do as they pleased with Harry. Bully, abuse, and they ensured that Harry could not defend or protect himself or protect his wife, despite numerous requests begging the royal family to intervene, to condemn the abuse, to condemn the racism towards Meghan Markle. The royal family never ever did a thing. My family. And yet the royal family does not like being referred to as racist. Yet my family, as you all know, the monarchy is a very much racist institution. my family. So my family, what you think about these reviews that I've read in my family? I'd like to hear your opinion on this, please, my family. More people opening their eyes to how Harry and Meghan were treated by the royal family. My family, I find it encouraging that people are opening their eyes. I find it so encouraging, and I love it that people are opening their eyes finally. My family, Harry and Meghan did the right thing. Also, to, fight the abuse that they experienced and expose what happened to them, my family. Because if someone did lie about you, you'd also want to correct the lie being told about you, my family. My family, I'd like to hear your opinion, please, my family. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, Liberdan, and Doria, Raglan, and all of you members of the squad at home. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever, my family. Tell me your thoughts about the review, please. I'd like to hear your opinion on that, please, my family. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.